Right now, an algorithm just decided what you'll have for lunch tomorrow. Another one chose the person you'll fall in love with next month. And a third one determined whether you'll get that promotion you've been wanting. You didn't ask for this. You didn't even know it was happening. But it's already done. This isn't science fiction. This isn't coming someday. This is Tuesday afternoon in 2024, and the most significant decisions of your life are being made by systems you've never seen, using data you didn't know you gave them. The question isn't whether AI is changing your life. It's whether you're going to take control of how it does it or let it happen to you by accident. Because here's what nobody wants to tell you. Every choice you think you're making independently, every decision that feels purely yours, it's already been filtered, sorted, and optimized by artificial intelligence. Your Netflix queue, your dating matches, your job applications, the news you see, the products you buy, even the route you take to work. All of it, curated by algorithms that know you better than you know yourself. Most people think AI adoption is this big, dramatic moment that happens to companies and governments. They imagine robots in factories or chatbots on websites. They're looking for the obvious stuff while missing the invisible revolution that's already rewired their entire existence. The AI isn't coming for your life. It's already living it. Zara Kane has been tracking this transformation for years, and she puts it perfectly. People keep asking when AI will arrive, not realizing they've been dancing with it for a decade. Every swipe, every click, every pause, it's all been teaching these systems to predict your next move, and they're getting really, really good at it. Quote, think about your morning routine. You wake up and check your phone. The first thing you see, chosen by AI, your email order, your social media feed, your news headlines, all of it selected by algorithms that spent the night analyzing patterns from billions of people just like you. You think you're starting your day with information. You're actually starting your day with influence. Your commute route? Optimized by AI that knows traffic patterns you couldn't possibly calculate. Your music playlist? Curated by systems that analyzed your mood, your listening history, and the preferences of people with similar behavioral patterns. Even your coffee order gets suggested by an app that knows you better than your best friend does. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. Every time you follow one of these AI suggestions, you're not just consuming its intelligence. You're feeding it back better data about who you are and what you want. It's the most sophisticated feedback loop in human history. And you're both the input and the output. The dating apps are the perfect example. They don't just show you potential matches. They're actively shaping your preferences, showing you people who fit patterns that worked for others, gradually training you to want what their algorithm can deliver. You think you have a type. What you actually have is a type that's been optimized for engagement with their platform. Your shopping habits work the same way. Amazon doesn't just sell you things you want. It creates desire for things you didn't know existed, using predictive models that identify gaps in your life before you feel them yourself. That recommendation engine has generated billions in sales by essentially reading minds that don't even know what they're thinking yet. Marcus Chen experienced this awakening last month when he realized his entire career path had been shaped by LinkedIn's algorithm. I thought I was networking and finding opportunities, he told me, unconsciously checking his vintage watch. But really, I was being guided toward connections and job postings that fit a profile the AI had built of me, my professional identity. It wasn't even mine anymore. But here's the breakthrough insight that changes everything. This isn't a problem to be solved. It's a superpower to be harnessed. The people who understand this are already using it to their advantage. They're not fighting the algorithms. They're collaborating with them. They're consciously feeding these systems better data about their goals and preferences, turning AI into their personal optimization engine. They're gaming their own Netflix algorithm by rating content strategically, training it to surface exactly the kinds of shows and movies that make them happier. They're optimizing their social media feeds by engaging intentionally, creating information streams that support their mental health and professional growth instead of draining their energy. The most sophisticated ones are using AI writing tools to enhance their communication, productivity apps to amplify their focus, and recommendation engines to discover opportunities they never would have found on their own. They're not being controlled by AI. They're being amplified by it. This is the real divide forming in our society. Not between humans and machines, but between people who consciously partner with AI and people who unconsciously surrender to it. The first group is becoming faster, smarter, more creative, and more competitive every single day. The second group is slowly becoming passengers in their own lives. The opportunity here is massive. When you understand how these systems work, you can start optimizing them for your actual goals instead of just accepting whatever they decide to show you. You can train your algorithms like you'd train a personal assistant, because that's essentially what they are. Start small. Look at your phone's screen time data and notice which apps are making decisions for you. Check your streaming service recommendations and ask yourself if they're actually improving your life or just keeping you engaged. Pay attention to how your social media feed affects your mood and energy levels. Then start making intentional choices. Engage with content that moves you toward your goals. Search for things you want to learn, not just things you want to consume. Use AI tools to enhance your work instead of just entertainment platforms to fill your time. The future belongs to people who can dance with these systems instead of being danced by them. You have more control than you realize. You just have to start exercising it. In 5 years, the gap between people who learn to collaborate with AI and people who just let it happen to them will be enormous. The good news is, you get to choose which side you're on, starting right now. Now that you see it, the next part is harder to accept.